It's a technique that men use to keep women around, knowing that they're not necessarily qualified or capable of loving you the way that you should be loved, or they know that you'll leave once you really realize who they are, but they've already set up.
What is your definition of love bombing?
So love bombing is so tough because it feels so good, but it is very manipulative. So love bombing to me is when you first meet someone, maybe you have that first date and you've literally got everything in common with that person. Like they're perfect, they like the same kind of music, you guys hang out in the same places, there's literally nothing that you guys disagree about. I mean, they take you to the best places, they're always texting you. I've even seen it where people will do ridiculous things like do, all your laundry for you or all your dishes, bring you coffee in bed, like just be ridiculous, like just so much in the beginning, like they're the perfect prince, right? But that is just so, if it looks too good, it's probably too good to be true, right? So to me, it's a big red flag when I see people do that because, you're overcompensating, right? Like you're doing all of these things to make me want you, which makes me really curious about what's really underneath like that initial surface. So a lot of the times you'll see people do this like in the beginning of a relationship and then realize like they have some very toxic behaviors. Maybe they get angry really quickly, but because they treat you so good, they've spoiled you, they've taken care of you, you guys are so in love, you don't want to leave them because you'll feel bad because they do all of these other things for you. And so it just feels like a trap. Like it's a technique that men use to keep women around, knowing that they're not necessarily qualified or capable of loving you the way that you should be loved, or they know that you'll leave once you really realize who they are, but they've already set up kind of like a contingency plan where they've shown you all that love, they've made you, so used to all that love that you're addicted and now you don't want to leave. So it's just a huge red flag for me in dating. Anytime anyone's doing too much, they're too perfect. Everyone's their best on the first date, right? So I never try to just, fall too hard too quickly. Patience and time is key.
So how are you able to determine what's exactly too much? What if they can possibly just be that good of a person?
That's awesome. Then I'm not letting them go. It's that simple.
But you said it's a red flag. Like if someone's doing too much, if they're doing a lot, how is that a red flag if they might generally just be that good of a person?
Well, to me, a red flag is like, it's something that I keep an eye out for, right? So just because they're doing all of these great things doesn't mean that I don't go on the second or the third or the fourth date with them. Doesn't mean I don't even start a relationship with them. It's just, I'm raising my awareness and I'm listening a little bit closer to see, is this really real? Is this really how this person is? Are they manipulating me in any way? I've seen people and heard stories of people doing this and, you allow that man to just move in because they're perfect, they're great, now they're living with you. And then a couple months later, you realize this man was homeless. He didn't have a home. And that's the reason why he was love bombing you and giving you all this attention and affection in the beginning. It's just, I just want people to be careful out here.